Shabbat Shalom, everyone. If you have friends who are still out in the lobby, go grab them and bring them in. Tell them we're starting. We'll get warmed up a little bit. Let's sing together. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira. Let us sing. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira. Let us sing. Come let us sing. Come let us sing. Come let us sing. Come let us sing. Havana Shira. Come let us sing. Come let us sing. Come let us sing. Havana Shira. Havana Shira. Havana Shira. Havana Shira, let us sing. Havana Shira, Havana Shira, Havana Shira, let us sing. Come let us sing. Come let us sing. Come let us sing. Havana Shira. Come let us sing. Come let us sing. Come let us sing. Havana Shira. Havana Shira. Havana Shira. Havana Shira. Let us sing. Havana Shira. Havana Shira. Havana Shira, let us sing.
Shabbat Shalom. I am Rabbi Joe Black. I'm the senior rabbi here at Temple Emanuel. I forgot to put on his tallis before we began service. And who are you?
I am Steve Brodsky. I'm the cantoral soloist and music director here at Temple Emanuel. Nice to see all of you.
It's a special night tonight.
We also want to welcome, we also want to welcome our accompanist and our choir director, Ken Mervine. Happy to have you here tonight.
A couple things as we begin our service. First of all, if you have not yet silenced your cell phones, please do. We never, ever get phone calls at services. We do get those annoying, you have a car warranty. Robocalls, yeah, we get those.
I need a car warranty, actually.
I do need a car warranty. If you need to use the facilities, just go straight out the way you came to the right. If for whatever reason we have to leave quickly, we're going to ask that you go out these doors here where it says exit. And we are not only here in person tonight, but we also are streaming our service. So if you turn around and wave, you'll see people online. Just say hello, say Shabbat Shalom. Also, look around you. If you see someone next to you, in front of you, behind you that you don't recognize, introduce yourselves so we're not praying together as strangers. Go right ahead. One other thing is that we ask that there be no photography during the service. We are being recorded, so it's all being captured, and you'll be able to watch it at a later time if you'd like, but that no photography during the service. We are preparing to kindle the Shabbat lights, and at this time I want to invite, we have two wonderful Benot Mitzvah this weekend, Lexi Jacobs and Marley. So I'm going to invite Lexi and Marley Shapiro and their families, their immediate families, these are big families, to come on up and help us kindle the Shabbat lights.
Oh, looks like Lexi's MIA at the moment. Here, come on up.
I saw Lexi earlier.
Well, her mom is going out to get her, so.
All right, well, come on up. Come on up. She'll be here. If not now, well, she can come for Kiddush. It's fine. Come on up. Join us. So pick this up with two hands.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and light the candles. Come on up.
Ian, we'll let you do it for your sister. Come on up. Light that one. You're going to be in place of your sister, who's otherwise occupied. Hurry. Okay. No. Lexi likes being the center of attention. Come on up. You can do. Yay!
Okay. And we'll all sing breathlessly together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
You guys can go sit down now. We'll call the two Benot Mitzvah up later to help us with Kiddush. Mazel Tov. Thank you. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English, no Hebrew, no semantics, and no servances, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life.
Lechu neranena, yai lai 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 lai, l'Adonai, yai lai 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 lai, Nariya, yai lai 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 lai, Litzur Yishenu. Lai, 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 lai. Let us sing out to God, the maker of all, sure and strong. Let all of creation from mountain to sea hear our song. Lechu neranena, yai, lai, lai, lai. God's light, we rejoice. So now let us listen with all of our hearts to hear God's voice. Lechu neranena, yai lai 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 lai, l'Adonai. Yai, lai, 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 Nariya, yai, lai, 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 lai. Ishenu, Yai lai 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 lai, Yai lai 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 lai, Yai lai lai lai, Yai lai lai lai, Yai lai 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 lai.
So this week we begin Torah. We begin with the very first chapter of the very first book of Torah. And we welcome Torah. We welcome this renewal of teaching, this renewal of learning, as we might welcome a joyous occasion, a wedding, a bat mitzvah. People coming here for the very first time with excitement, with joy. And so we say, Lecha dodi likrat kala, come, my beloved, to greet the Shabbat bride. B.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Let's sing that together. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela.
Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Yishmi'anu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, Shemo tiferet v'techila.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela.
Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki va'orech kumi ori.
Uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nivra. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. We rise as we are able and face the entrance to our sanctuary to welcome the Shabbat bride. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'bzola. Boi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Sing along. Lecha dodi likat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likat kala pene Shabbat nekabela.
We remain standing for our call to worship. Baruch Hu.
Ya Elai, Ya Elai, 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 Ya Elai, 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 Ya Elai, Elai, Ya Elai, 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 Ya Elai, 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 Ya Elai, 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 Ya Elai, 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 Ya Elai, 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 Ya Elai, 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 Ya Elai, 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 Ya Elai, 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 Elai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Ya Elai, Elai, Ya Elai, 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 Ya Elai, 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 Ya Elai, Elai, Ya Elai, 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 Ya Elai, 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 Elai.
This is balance. The world is entirely consumed by darkness, then brimming with light together. The seasons approach one after the other, bring unbearable heat, bitter cold, and everything in between.
Joy fades, loss makes space for growth and new life.
Balance is not a perfect blend of extremes. It is something that takes place inside a larger system. It is a perspective, an awareness that makes space for us to fully experience winter and then spring, light and then darkness, darkness and then light.
Life of all worlds, thank you for giving us the strength to allow our world, our heart, to be big enough for it all.
Together, Baruch Ata Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love.
Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Together, day and night, we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, amcha ahavta. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, amcha ahavta. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one, and we will know that you are one. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael,
Shema Yisrael,
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Please be seated.
Let's continue chanting together. Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha vidibarta bam beshivtecha bevetecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot beinenecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Amen. The Israelites walked into the Reed Sea 1 foot at a time. What were they thinking about as the water rose up to their legs, chilling their hearts, advancing toward their open mouths? Together, we continue to walk, one foot at a time, on our better days forward. Alone I cannot reach the far shore without drowning. Somehow I don't go under. The person to my right holds me up. Something I cannot see holds him up. Blessed is the source of help, so often unexpected. I step forward, the sea is vast. Blessed are you, gracious one, for your miracles that great us every day.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Mi chamocha b'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Who is like you? Adonai, who is like you? Adonai, mi chamocha b'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Ya Elai, Elai, ya Elai, 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 ya Elai, 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 ya Elai, 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 ya Elai, 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 Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la.
Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praise to you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch Ata Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. Prayer is at the heart not only of great religion, but of significant living. Without prayer, we cannot scale the heights of compassion or reach the peaks of love our neighbor, of which we are called and capable. Together, prayer is the step on which we rise from the self we are to the self we wish to be. Prayer affirms the hope no reality can crush, the goal that can never acknowledge defeat. Prayer is not an escape from duty. It is no substitute for the deed. Prayer seeks the power to do wisely, to act generously, to live helpfully. It helps us to reinforce the act rather than replace it. Prayer is the search for silence in the midst of life. Our prayers are answered not when we are given what we ask, but when we are challenged to be what we can be. We rise now for the tefillah as we are able.
Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Yalalai, lai, lai, 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 yalalai, lai, lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Koneh Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayeh hakol atah rav lehoshia. Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem. Mechalkel chayim bechesed, mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim v'rofech olim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, umidom elach, melech memit umechayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehallelu Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. We're going to take a moment now as we pause briefly from the ordered prayer service. And we insert this Misheberach, this prayer for healing, asking the one who blessed our ancestors, Misheberach, our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, to offer the blessing of healing on those in our congregation and our community who are in need of God's healing presence. And as always, I'll be reading a list of names of members of our congregation, our family, our friends. But if there are others whose names are not on this list, but they're in your hearts, as we move from this side of our sanctuary to this, if there's a name that you'd like to say it out loud, say it silently so all of us might ask for God's healing blessing on their behalf. Misheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. On this Shabbat, we are mindful of Zachary Hoffman, David Carner, Gene Silber, Alan Davidson, Douglas Hamilton, Ira Levine, Leslie Rohde, Richard Seedroff, Betty Heller, Marianne Tiedemann, Michaela Lerner, Kathy Fry, Robert Cohn, Sandy Scher, Flora Lee Weiss, Alvin Weiss, Ashley Jensen, Sarah Ben Chagai, Alex Buznovetsky, Lori Goldman, Carol Weiner, Jared Siegel, Peggy Lehman, Rebecca Zuckerman, Dr. Bill Silvers, Sam Cheris, Francie Bernier, Daniel Clark, Steve Katz, Judy Fox, and Pam Gross. Are there other names? Baruch atah Adonai mikor harefuah. We praise you, Adonai, the source of healing. Mishebera imotenu mikor habracha. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, We take a few moments now as we move away from the printed, posted word and find those words imprinted on our hearts as we look within, there to find God, and we pray in silence. Ose shalom bimromav, Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, hu ya'aseh
hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oseh shalom bimromav. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oseh shalom bimromav. Oseh shalom bimromav. Oseh shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
We have a very special, I'm going to say guest, but I really don't want to think of our speaker tonight as a guest. She is definitely an integral part of our community. Linda Foster is the executive director, the CEO of the family services, of Children with Family Services here in Jewish Family Services, in Denver, Colorado. Linda has an impressive background, both as a leader of nonprofit and for-profit organizations. She came here a few years ago from my hometown of Chicago, Illinois, where she was the director of the Solomon Schechter Day School. She also owned a residential property development company. She sat on several boards. She is passionate about the Jewish community, especially Jewish Family Service here in Denver, which plays such an important and vital and integral role in who we are as a community. This year, as you may have seen out in our foyer, is the 150th anniversary of Jewish Family Service. And the amazing amount of incredible work that JFS does for our community, truly, much of it unsung, much of it behind the scenes, helping those who are in need, helping people find employment, helping people with counseling, helping people with basic food needs, for loneliness, for compassion, for companionship, refugee resettlement. There are so many wonderful things that Jewish Family Service does, and we are so fortunate to have my friend, my colleague, Linda Foster. So Linda, I want to invite you to our pulpit as you tell us a little bit and speak about this incredible anniversary and organization. Welcome. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
Make sure I have it on correctly. Hello, everyone. I'm so pleased to join you this evening. Thank you to Rabbi Black and to Cantor Steve Brodsky, and this warm welcome. I felt so welcomed, and it's just so pleasant to be in this environment with you and celebrating Shabbat with you tonight. I also want to thank Steve Stark for allowing JFS to showcase our historical exhibit for our 150th anniversary in your lobby. Most importantly, I'm so grateful for the incredible and long-standing partnership between JFS and Temple Emanuel. It's truly a special relationship. Whether JFS needs resources to help our resettled refugees, or food pantry volunteers, or donations for our high holiday food drive, the Temple community always shares your compassion and your generosity. You're always there for JFS and for our clients. A little fun fact about the high holiday food drive. Did you know that Temple Emanuel always wins the total donated contributions, which has rightfully earned you the title of the Tuna Temple at JFS? It's true, and I know it's not a competition, but it's something to be proud of. And I'd be lying if I told you that every time I hear the Tuna Temple reference, it makes me smile, so I'd be lying if I said it didn't. I'd be remiss if I didn't take a moment and acknowledge our shared history with Joyce and Rabbi Stephen Foster. I saw Rabbi Foster's here. Joyce's connection to JFS goes back to the 1970s. She and Rabbi Foster served on our boards at different times. They've supported the agency in countless ways, from Joyce joining the staff and developing the on-job training program with Emily Griffith Opportunity School for Russian immigrants to learn English and skills and find jobs, to the couple welcoming clients into their homes for Shabbat, Passover, and other holiday meals. Some of you may know that it was Joyce and Stephen who initially met JFS's beloved CEO, Yana Vishnitsky of blessed memory, the very first night after she and her family fled Soviet Russia, and Yana attended synagogue for the first time here at Temple Emanuel. Joyce worked at JFS and knew right away that Yana would be an incredible addition for the agency, and she was right. I can't imagine where JFS would have been today if not for Yana's strength, her compassion, her leadership, and vision. And I was fortunate to get to know Yana when I first arrived and get to spend time with her over the last few years. Everyone at JFS is so very thankful for your continued friendship and support. In a few minutes, I'll share a little bit about what we're seeing at JFS and how you can help. And I want you to understand that while you may not know the people you are helping, you're making such a meaningful difference in thousands of lives throughout our community. Every day, you're helping JFS fulfill one of the most important Jewish values, tikkun olam. I don't know that there is a greater gift than making the world a better place. Do you? I want to spend a few minutes sharing JFS' storied history with you, and don't worry, I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes version. So next slide, please. We have to travel back to 1872. That doesn't sound like the Cliff Notes version, does it? But we travel back to 1872 to learn about JFS's beginning when Francis Weisbart Jacobs and Delphine Cohen created the Hebrew Ladies Benevolent Society to meet the needs of Denver's 300 Jewish pioneers. Under Mrs. Jacobs' visionary leadership, JFS was a founding member of the Charity Organization Society in Denver, which was formed as the Community Chest in 1887. And here's the important part. That was the forerunner of not only Colorado's, but National United Way. So our founder founded United Way. In 1947, JFS merged with the Denver Coordinating Committee for Immigrants in response to the growing need for refugee resettlement in the wake of World War II. becoming Jewish Family and Children's Services, and now Jewish Family Service of Colorado. So you might think we're old at 150, and we are, and sometimes we really feel it. JFS has been around longer than Mile High United Way, National Jewish Hospital, the Brown Palace Hotel, and Coors Brewing Company, yet we've continued to evolve and adapt, and even more so in the past 2 years during these unprecedented times. I've tried to come up with a few of my favorite memories in JFS's history, but I'm going to be honest with you, it's difficult to limit my choices. A few moments that come to mind are the start of our resettlement program in 1936, which seems especially relevant today with so many currently fleeing their countries where there is potential unrest to begin a new life in Colorado. When JFS adopted and absorbed the Kosher Food Pantry, now the Harry and Jeanette Weinberg Food Pantry, into our organization, it was a major milestone to help those struggling with food insecurity. Simply put it, our 150th anniversary campaign is a sustainability campaign. Support for our 150th anniversary helps sustain the programs and services that our community relies on to allow JFS to invest in new, responsive, impactful, and innovative programming, and guarantees that we will be here for the future generations. Together, we can continue optimizing services, improving infrastructure, and increasing program capacity, all to meet the challenges presented by 21st century Coloradans. We know our campaign is working. We've got 2.5 months to go until the end of the year, and another $1.3 million to raise, but we're feeling confident we'll get there. We talk about what's unique and differentiates JFS from other community organizations, and we're proud to share it's our holistic approach to supporting individuals and families. We assess the various needs of those in need and provide the necessary services all from one organization. And just like we have for more than 150 years, we continuously respond to meet the community needs, and those needs are increasing. Over the last 3 years, our essential services are in demand more than ever, and from all walks of life throughout our community. From our COVID-19 response efforts, which includes a 400% increase in clients using our Weinberg Food Pantry, to distributing more than $4 million in emergency housing assistance to prevent homelessness for those at risk of eviction, to responding to the youth mental health crisis that's plaguing our community, to developing our Marshall Fire relief efforts to provide case management, administering emergency financial assistance, including the JCO Emergency Fund, and coordinating critical mental health counseling. Our neighbors' needs are extraordinary. Next slide, please. I'm happy to announce that after serving as a temporary resettlement agency to welcome and resettle close to 60 Afghan evacuees, JFS returned to our roots earlier this month and became a permanent highest reception and placement resettlement agency to resettle refugees from Ukraine, from Afghanistan, from Venezuela, from Central America, from Africa, and more. And while we're thrilled to help refugees adjust to new lives in Colorado, as you can imagine, the resources necessary for these transitions is high. It's probably no surprise to you that, like other food pantries across the country, our Weinberg Food Pantry is seeing an unprecedented demand for food and other necessities right now. Due to inflation and rising costs of food, gas, and other essential items, on average, we're seeing 25 to 30 new households come through our pantry every day. We consistently are seeing more than 130 families, and on busy days, we're seeing up to 150 families, which is astounding and getting close to our peak during the height of COVID. Planning for the Dorinda Levy Thanksgiving Day is underway, and we expect to distribute over 400 meals, also unprecedented for us, to families in need. With inflation a 40-year high, We're looking at $98 to provide a family of 4 with everything they need to make a complete Thanksgiving meal and a side of hope. Next slide, please. We're proud of our Holocaust Survivors Assistance Program. Each day, the number of Holocaust survivors dwindle, but the cost of the complexities of care they need increases. And it's up to all of us to ensure that this special population is not forgotten so that they can live with the peace, comfort, and dignity they need and deserve. In our last fiscal year, 80 survivors and 14 children of survivors received essential services through JFS. And we have 15 new survivors that have reached out to us to become new JFS clients. Again, this needs to continue to grow. I don't mean new survivors, but new clients to us who are survivors. 15 in the last several months. For the past year and a half, JFS has been intentionally focused on economic vulnerability and unemployment in the Jewish community. Next slide. The 2018-19 Greater Denver Jewish Community Study found 17% of the households reported they could not manage or are just managing to make ends meet. And even more compelling for JFS to act was the fact that only 9% reached out to a Jewish agency or a synagogue and asked for help. What does Jewish economic vulnerability look like? If we look at pre-COVID statistics, we know 14% skipped rent, mortgage, or utility payments. 39% report someone in their household had difficulty finding a job or choosing an occupation. 37% said they couldn't afford medical or prescription payments. And 56% of those 50 and above are not very or at all confident that they have enough money to live comfortably through retirement. And again, this is pre-COVID in the Jewish community. Through presentations and conversations like the one we're having now, JFS is ensuring Jewish leaders and our communities know about our more than 30 programs and services and how to access them. We hired a Jewish community liaison, Lisa Soischer, who's joined us here. And we're going to ensure that the community receives access to the resources and the help they need so they can thrive. And we're in process of hiring a case manager who will be committed to the Jewish community. We're making it happen, and you can help too. At this point, you may be thinking, wow, JFS does a lot, so where can I help? What can I do now? You can help the next family who comes to us for support and resources. Actually, it's even bigger than that. We're building for the future, and our responsiveness is tied in large part to you. We need your financial contributions, your volunteer help, your willingness to spread the word by talking about JFS's work and mission with your friends and colleagues. Next slide. Choose a way that speaks to you and donate to JFS in the way it speaks to you. It looks different for everyone. Maybe you'd like to give food and hygiene products, buy toys for the upcoming holidays for our Bright Holiday programs, or create new home kits for a formerly homeless family who now has a new place to call home. We have needs in every single one of our programs, along with having needs throughout the organization that can be supported financially. Our needs also encompass volunteers. You can help in our food pantry, work at our congregate meal program at the JCC, serve as cultural mentors to our resettled refugees, and so much more. I truly mean it when I tell you we have a volunteer opportunity that will match your interests. And if I haven't mentioned something that you see as a fit for you, we can figure something out together. I'm so proud to lead a remarkable organization like JFS and to have such remarkable partners as this congregation. Together, we are making the greatest impact for the greater good. Thank you so much for inviting me to join you this evening and for hosting our historic exhibit. If you haven't taken a look yet, please stop by and reflect on JFS's past and celebrate the impact we've had over the last 150 years throughout our community. And again, thank you for 148 years of collaboration and support. I can't wait to see where our partnership takes us next. And also, I just want to say, I know you have a 150th anniversary coming up in the next couple of years, and I know you've already started planning, which is great, and you're in good hands with those of you, your leaders who are helping you, and I'm glad to have you planning early because it's hard if you don't. So we look forward to celebrating that together. Thank you again, and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Linda, so much. And the picture of Henry Winkler, is this going to be the big gala?
I must have skipped a page or two.
That's okay.
Yes. Yeah. We have our 150th gala on November 5th. It's our ending celebration, and Henry Winkler is our special guest. So I hope you'll join us, and if for some reason you weren't thinking about it, now that Henry Winkler's coming, maybe that will draw you even more to come. I don't know if you know, but his family, his parents were Holocaust survivors. So he has a real tie to the Jewish community and to the work we do, and I really hope you'll join us to celebrate the end of our 150th anniversary.
Thank you so much, Linda. We're honored that you could be here with us tonight, and that I'm looking forward to partnering with you. So we continue now as we rise, as we are able, for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'ateit gidula le'yotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot, ve'lo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, ve'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated. Our thoughts now turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and our neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and every nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember Ellen Franco, who was taken from us this past week. And we link to her name those who were taken from us in the previous 30 days. Leah Lynn Rosen, Tom Costas, Deborah Lynn Nichols, Arnie Grossman, and Barbara Spivak. We link to their names those whose yahrzeit, the anniversary of whose death, occurs on this Shabbat. Morris A. Abramson, Arnold Burton Alpert, Ben H. Antonoff, Ruben Axelrod, Robert Baum, Tatiana Bederock, Dr. David Michael Berenbeim, Sylvia Bernstein, Gertrude Simon Bittman, Erwin F. Blank, Etya Bohr, Andy Boxer, Jenny Brynan, Anthony John Cook, Judge Sherman G. Finesilver, Martin Fish, Frida Friedman, Oscar Galanter, Saul Gilbert, Julius Gilman, Norman Gluck, Jerry Goldberg, Lassie Goldberg, Max Goldberg, Louis B. Goldberg, Julie Ann Goralnik, Meyer Greenstein, Rose Greenstein, Bernard L. Helstein, Susan Kaufman, Marcus K. Max Cohn, Dr. Edward M. Lipan, Helene S. Love, Connie Hilb Lundquist, Selma H. Menikoff, Ida Elmeyer, Dora Mintz, Paul Moore, Morton Nelson, Myron Bud Newstetter, Anna Newlander, Marcel C. Novin, Herbert A. Patterson, Cecilia R. Pelton, Herbert Pelton, A. H. Radetsky, Gus Recknitz, Steve Sim Roberts, Marlene Rosenberg, Samuel G. Rosenthal, Connell Saltzman Sr., Maury A. Samuelson, Lester Schlesinger, Esther Schwartz, Philip Shaman, Oscar M. Scher, Ruth K. Schwader, Leo Silvers, Rosa Simon, Solomon Spitz, Dr. C.D. Spivak, Sally G. Stern, Louis Stern, Dorothy Stoyer, Erwin J. Stryker, Stam Stuhlbarg, Joseph Tykert, Ruth Tavel, Janice Lynn Yale, Judge Gilbert B. Yarchever, and Walter Ziegler. We link to their names 10 of the 420 precious souls from the community of Colleen who are linked to our congregation through our finer chapel and the beautiful furniture from Colleen within and the Sefer Torah that rests in its ark. Berta Brunarova, Alwa Budlovsky, Ivan Dechmar, Oteli Dechmarova, Anna Diamant, Yosef Diamant, Karel Diamant, Hugo Eckstein, Yiri Eckstein, and Julius Eckstein. Are there other names for whom Kaddish is being said on this Shabbat? Zichronam levracha, may their memories be for an eternal blessing. At this time, I ask if you've lost a loved one in the past 30 days to please rise now as you are able. If you are still in the 11-month period of mourning since the loss of a loved one, please rise now as you are able. If you are observing a yahrzeit, the anniversary of death on this Shabbat, please rise now. And in solidarity, let us all rise as we can. As we stand with those who stood before us, as we stand for those for whom there is no one to say Kaddish, we join together with ancient words that link generation to generation. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah v'yalma divra chir'utei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael b'gala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach la'alam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal. Shmei dekud shabrichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabbah min shmaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. And may the source of peace, who makes peace in places far beyond our knowing, send peace and comfort to the bereaved here among us, wherever they may be. And let us all say, Amen.
Oseh shalom, shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen.
Steve, what's going on at Temple over the next...
I'll ask you to stay standing for a few moments. There are a lot of things going on at Temple, even though the holidays are now officially over.
That means we can start...
That means we can start
all
programming
things we didn't do
again.
during the holidays.
Shabbat continues tomorrow morning. At 9:30 a.m., we will be having Torah study with special guest teacher Dr. Richard Sachs. Dr. Sachs was a professor of literature at Columbia University for more than 40 years, specializing in ancient narrative and mythological texts and traditions. What better expert to have guide us through Bereshit, our first Torah portion of Genesis. This will be in person at 9:30 tomorrow.
Does he have any relationship to other
Yes,
Saxons?
he just happens to be the father-in-law, the beloved father-in-law of our Cantor Sachs.
And father of Eli.
And father of Eli. A wonderful teacher. Join us in person at 9:30 or on Zoom. If you need the Zoom link, email Rabbi Hyatt.
Hyatt at EmanuelDenver.org.
Right. At 11 o'clock, our Shabbat community service will happen in the chapel, both in person and streamed to our website and to Facebook. Rabbi Hyatt and Cantor Sachs will be leading that service tomorrow morning. Also tomorrow at 9 a.m., Lexi Jacobs will become bat mitzvah right here in the sanctuary with Rabbi Black and myself officiating. That will be in person and also streamed to the website and to the Facebook B'nai Mitzvah page. And then at 11:30 tomorrow morning, we will celebrate as Marley Shapiro becomes bat mitzvah. Also, again, with Rabbi Black and myself here in person and streamed to the website and to Facebook. A number of things coming up. Sunday, October 30th. Our Michael Schatz Memorial Lecture Series. The topic this year is Can We Laugh at the Holocaust? Our guest speaker, Fern Perlstein's thought-provoking documentary film puts this question to comedians, writers, and thinkers including Mel Brooks, Carl and Rob Reiner, Sarah Silverman, Susie Essman, Edgar Carrot, Shalom Auslander, and 98-year-old Auschwitz survivor Renee Firestone. The movie will be screened with a discussion to follow. That's Sunday, October 30th. Beginning on Tuesday, November 5th, and for all 5 Tuesdays in November, we will have a series on reproductive justice and Judaism, our history and a path forward, featuring Professor Samira Mehta, who is an associate professor of women and gender studies and Jewish studies at CU Boulder. Should be a really fascinating series. This will only be live in person. It will not be streamed. Next, Jewish Colorado is joining dozens of international aid organizations in a global fundraiser to raise money to resettle tens of thousands of Jews from Ukraine and Russia, as well as Ethiopian Jews. And we here at Temple Emanuel are proud to join this effort. Please visit the Jewish Colorado website for more information and to make a donation. And on November 19th, Rabbi Black will be performing a CD release concert at Swallow Hill Music in Denver. He will be joined by a wonderful group of musicians, I guess including me, as well as Cantor Sachs, Sandra Wong, who is our wonderful violinist from our High Holy Days, and many other musicians, some of whom you will know and some of whom will be new to you, to celebrate the release of not one, but 2 new CDs. Praying with Our Feet, that sounds familiar. That's one of them. And the other is called Wire and Wood. So please, where can we find information about that? On Facebook, I assume?
Yes, swallowhill.org.
Swallowhill.org. That's November 19th. There's a lot of other things happening. Check your e-notes, check our webpage, check your temple bulletin, or call or ask anyone who works here, and we will be happy to tell you all of the many things that are going on. I want to invite now Marley and Lexi to please come forward and to help lead us in Kiddush and Hamotzi. It's heavy.
It is heavy.
Okay.
I'm old. Come on up.
All right, step up, lift up one of those cups of yummy grape juice. It is grape juice. I checked. Okay, here we go, together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodesho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen.
Chaim.
Take a big drink of that.
That's grape juice, don't worry. It's all good.
All right.
And we have this challah here. Just set it down. Just set it down. Give it to Steve. Give it to Steve. Good. We have little challahs. We're going to work on that next week. All right. You guys want to show us the challah?
Take that
Don't get too
cover.
excited. Oh my gosh.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Oh, you guys can decide who's going to get the challah. Half season. Well, bring it down and do half season with your families. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Get a lot of sleep, drink a lot of water, eat a good breakfast.
Eat a good breakfast. Okay. We will conclude with a song for peace.
Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. God who makes peace high up in the heavens, please, please send some peace down here for us, for all the people of Israel, and for everyone who lives on the earth. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom, Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru
Eloheinu ve'Elohei kol dorotenu, our God, the God of every generation. We give thanks for the ability to see our community not only thrive, but reach out and make a difference in the lives of others. As exemplified by Jewish family service, as exemplified by our coming together to celebrate, to remember, to give thanks for the gift of being part of something bigger than ourselves. God, we give thanks for the gift of this Shabbat, this new year, this new beginning of Torah. This gift of Shabbat, that if we allow it, truly makes everything fall into place. We ask your blessing. Bruchim hayinu bevoenu, bruchim nihya b'tzeitenu. Blessed were we in coming here. Blessed may we be as we go forth for this time and always. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.